But to see Boosie speaking on the Mouth Hoffa show, speaking on the Vlad, speaking on different platforms, you really gotta kind of blame Boosie, because Boosie, you come from the era of where we supposed to not talk, where we supposed to not snitch. And we can look at talking about snitching as far as another person snitching on you, but in this culture, most people are snitching on themselves, trying to earn street credibility or trying to prove they are street. Going back and forth with people trying to prove if this person discredits your gangster, you trying to get out there and prove that you really are that. But you gotta look at it while you trying to prove a point to the streets. You giving the feds, you giving these state prosecutors all the ammunition they need to go to court. So now this situation ain't about no rap lyrics. They don't have to bring no song up, because when you talking in these interviews as if you coming from the heart, speaking on what you believe in, they gonna use your words against you now. Casanova 2-time going through a situation. He writing letters to the judge. Taxstone writing letters to the judge, looking for somebody to feel sympathetic towards what's going on with them. But when you been out here in these streets and your name attached to shootings, gang fights, terrorizing people, threatening people's lives, having people afraid of you and your gang members, you gotta realize that that stigma that's attached to you can be your downfall. ARL, man, perfect example when he was speaking about how gangster he was in Philly, how people know not to mess with him, how he got the plug from other people. And you think these federal prosecutors, these jurors, don't get a chance to hear all these statements that you made? So now we done got away from the people ratting in music and these prosecutors using the music, because only thing they gotta do is sit you down in these interviews, into where these interviews just trying to get views, not thinking about your life. With that Mouth Hoffa situation, I feel like this, whether Boosie said this or not in that interview, you always have editors. So when you look at you going around this world, you touring, you going everywhere, you doing music, you getting caught with firearms, then you got on here and said that you got people in the car with you to take these particular charges. Now they got you no bond. They got Boosie with no bond. Boosie making posts saying he apologized to his family, different stuff like that. And you can't do nothing but understand Boosie coming from that direction, because Boosie had a lot going on. And now this done put his family in a stressful situation, because a lot of people depending on Boosie. Think about Boosie Camp. Them guys Boosie got around him, it's known that they gangsters. It's known that don't come close to Boosie, don't mess with Boosie, and it's been different situations to where they have put hands on people, they have intimidated people, and what Boosie, the stigma created around Boosie is drawing too much steam. It's too many people glorifying their gangster lifestyle. It's too many people being attached. They have tried to cancel Boosie many times, and Boosie wiggled out of it. But you got to look at the people that's in charge, these head people, billionaires, people who can make these phone calls like Boosie stated himself. Boosie know these things. So how do you think you gonna keep treading the line, man, as being the face and being on the forefront of this snitching culture, man? Going to murder trials. It's all type of biased opinions out here about the Marlo Mike situation. So at that point right there, you should have laid away from all that gangster talk. Everything should have been moved in silence. And whatever they really hold you on these charges, they keeping it sealed for whatever reason. But with Boosie making this statement about his family, it seemed like Boosie know he finna have to sit down and do some time. With Boosie getting ready to sell this truck, trying to sell his truck for $240,000, that raised another red flag. But then at the same time, by Boosie being a street dude, he know it's certain things that he bought, that he owned and stuff like that he can use for his defense. And Boosie might be trying to keep going on with the projects that he already had started, as far as the Boosie Estates project he got going on, Las Vegas, Georgia, and then he got the event center out there in Las Vegas. So it's like, man, they let Boosie build up so much steam and tie his money into certain things to where he can't fight the situation that's strong. Because think about it, they can watch your money. They can watch your expenditures. They can watch everything you doing. They analyzing you. They watching everything you do when you going against the status quo. So we got to wake up, man, be mindful of what we doing, what we putting out here on this internet. who watching us, who we offending, because it's some powerful people in high places, man. They don't all look like thugs. A lot of these people look like squares putting on suits every day, but they just as evil as these guys on these streets standing behind the gun. And they a lot more powerful. So you know what I'm saying? With Boosie going through this situation, we can look at it like this. At least he didn't lose his life. At least he'll still be able to get out after a certain period of time and get back to it. But it just looked like, man, they trying to cut some of the steam off from Boosie's success. They just see where it's going. They see Boosie getting bigger and bigger and bigger. No matter what they do, whatever roadblock they set up, Boosie knocking through these barricades. And every time they try to stop Boosie, Boosie keep getting stronger and stronger. The next project, he still got people supporting him. And I think the real powers that be are against Boosie, and the feds, they sick of Boosie, like, you know, the industry, and then the Fed and all that stuff. To separate that, they are both tired of Boosie, because all these stops, it just look like they've been trying to line Boosie up for a while, man.